So I gotta be honest. When I first saw this thing and Acid Rain hit me up and wanted to see if I wanted to check this thing out, the Maestro, I was a little hesitant only because of a few things. It's 6 LFOs, there's no attenuation, and that was kind of my main thing with it. And a part of me looking at it on paper thought it would feel a lot worse to use. Not saying anything about Acid Rain whatsoever, because I have their Switchblade and I've tried the one with a bunch of saws. Oh my god, the super saw, acid saw, something saw. I'm the worst, but those feel great. But seeing this with all the buttons, I thought it would be a little weird, but actually it's really nice. Like these buttons don't push in a lot, but they have a nice response click to them, so that feels really good. And immediately after plugging it in and kind of clocking it up and running it into the Bassimilus, I was immediately sold. Yes, Acid Rain is paying me to check this out, but they are not paying for my only positive opinion. So like I said, no attenuation. You probably will want to pair it with something, for example, like a Lapsus Os or any kind of attenuator that you might have. The SD card's cool because you can save a bunch of these slots. Like if I hit save, I have those 16 slots I can save, or if I want to load, I can load from different stuff as well. And as far as the LFO shapes, you have these 4 main shapes plus square, random, a low and a high, basically just on or off. They are always synced to the tempo, and I do wish that you can change the phase point of each of the LFOs, which you can't. They're always just kind of on the one, but you can have a separate trigger for each of the LFOs, so you can kind of do some weird stuff, which we'll get into here. But yeah, let's check it out. Right now this patch is, I think, pretty simple. It looks a little spaghetti mode, but basically I'm taking clock from the Digitac, that's going into the Maestro. The Maestro has a clock out, that's going into the Steppy. Run is going out of the UMIDI into the Steppy as well. Trigger is just running the trigger for the Bassimilus to pluck that sound, and that's pretty much it. Then this is going into the Desmodus, the reverb here, and then that's going to you. So here I have the Digitac just kind of providing like a bass, so we can kind of hear maybe a beat or something like that behind there. So let me see what I got going on. Okay, let me just mute all this stuff. Actually, you know what? We'll just mute everything, and all we're listening to is the BIA. So I was having a lot of fun with just this simple patch earlier. All I got going on again is track A here, those 3 triggers playing the BIA. And if I just take any one of these outputs, let's just take output number 1, and I'm going to send this to the fold, because the fold, wait, that's fold, right? Yeah, that's the fold one. Or maybe morph. Yeah, morph would be cool, so let's go into morph. Let me go ahead and load a blank one. So this is the default state at which it loads. If I hold down 1, I can see what's currently selected there. So I'm going to go into slow mode, which turns these half, quarter, eighth, 16th, and 32nds from multipliers of the tempo to dividers, so it's going slower than the tempo. I like the down saw, it's one of my favorites. I'm going to smooth it out. So it has a little bit of a slew to the end of it when it goes back up. This is also good for random. If we go a little, let's go fast. You can hear it kind of smooths out the edges, right? But let's go to what I originally wanted to do, which is down. Like immediately there's already something cool going on. So then let's take this a little bit further. I'm gonna take B, which is this track here, and send it rhythmic resets. So right now it's just gonna reset on the 1, which isn't gonna do much, right? It's just gonna go. But if I do, awesome, immediately awesome. And what's really cool about the Maestro is I can actually say I wanna do slow, maybe a quarter, and up ramps to what? Then I go and I apply it. Or I can do this another way, and I can say for 3, 4, and 5, I want it to be slow. For 3, 4, and 5, I also want it to be down. And for 3, 4, and 5, let's do a quarter. So I can apply a ton of different settings to multiple channels or multiple LFOs at once. And it's kind of cool because, for example, what we hear now, let me go ahead and save this. This is actually kind of cool. I'm going to save that to 1. So let's say now I wanted to go slow and maybe a fourth, and down. And I just applied that to 1. And now I can save that to 2. If I go to load, okay, so I'm going to remove this reset. Actually, I'm going to remove the reset completely. And we're going to start this over from the beginning. So, in case you didn't notice, there's this chain button here. And this took me a little bit to get used to, but it was actually really intuitive. And the other thing to mention is that I only read the manual briefly on this thing, mainly to fully understand how, I think it was what was I trying to figure out? I couldn't remember. Oh, how the slow was working. What exactly slow was doing. I thought that was another time division, but it, like I said earlier, it just divides the tempo versus multiplies against the tempo. But chain, check this out. If I say chain, now I am applying individual cycles to a channel. So I can say I want it to go slow at a quarter up, and then I want it to go slow at a half down, slow at a half down, and then I'm not going to hit slow, so go fast at half, random, half, random, half, random, and then let's do 16 saw, 16 saw, 16 saw, 16 saw. And then I can say chain. Where am I applying this chain? To 1. So now if I press and hold down 1, hit chain again, if I press and hold down 1, you can see it slowly starts going between all the different things that I just set. And this one, another thing to mention is there's like a toggle feature or a toggle mode on here where if you press and hold something, you can go and apply a bunch of things live, or you can select a bunch of settings and then apply that. Like I mentioned earlier, I can say 8th down to 2. So now that's doing that. So now listen to this. And that's all on 1. You can see it going through the motions. There's the random. And then to the fast 16. Whoop, 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 whoop. So now I'm going to go ahead and take 2, and I'm going to apply that to, let's do that to the harmonics. So again, I want to go slow at a fourth to 2. Actually, before I go there, I want to go into the navigator. So from navigator, is this long enough? And then bring this in. Tough. It's just so cool. And then again, apply a rhythmic reset. So the reset will actually reset the entire chain. It doesn't just reset the tempo. So it might not even make it through the entire chain that I set up. So if I go into B here, yeah, I'm just going to divide the clock by this much and then reset it. I'll put another one there. Actually, instead of harm, let's go into the fold. So you can quickly see how it starts morphing into a lot more like rhythmic modulation, and just like these cool patterns start emerging, especially when you start utilizing the chain feature, which again, like when I first saw this, I was like, is this kind of gimmicky? I'm not too sure. I don't know. And then I watched one of their video manuals and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get this thing. You also got mute function. So like if I wanted to mute 2 or mute 1, we're back to just where we started. Right, so here's another thing. So I'm gonna go back to track 1 here. I'm gonna set it to slow and we'll do a quarter. Actually, you know what, let's do fast. Turn smooth off. So triplets is also really cool. If we go into slow triplets. Oh, again, the reset will reset all of this. So if I go into B, which is here, turn all this off. And I'll say, just more movement. So let's go track 1. We'll go slow, no triplets. Actually, let's go fast. And then, where's 2 going? Did I just unplug 2? Oh yeah, I totally just unplugged 2. My bad. We'll do, what would this do? That's kind of tight. Just a little bit. Can I do even less? Yeah. It's kind of nice having the big fader to get really fine-tuned in there. Little reverb. All right, let's start adding some more. Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna go to 3, and for 3, I wanna do slow, quarter, and we'll do down, and we'll go to the harmonics. Whoa, we won't go to the harmonics. See, that's what I was mentioning by once in a while, I'll do something on here where I'm like, damn, I wish I had an attenuator to just kind of calm the signal down. But it's the same on like the oct. The oct is 8, I think, 8 random LFOs that are just 0 to forever. So it's just kind of nice to have a little bit more control. This is probably gonna be too much as well. Do I like that? Let's go back to A, add some more. What about just straight? Nah. How about? That's kind of cool. Actually, I'm gonna move that. So that'll be cool to move around too. And that's gonna be the morph. This one I feel like I'm gonna need to go into an attenuator. So I'm gonna go out of here, and then I'll just take 4x. So again, let's do a chain for this one. So I'm gonna say chain mode. We're gonna go slow at a quarter, down, slow at a half, down, slow at a half, down. And then I'm gonna go fast, random, 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 random. And then I'm gonna chain that to 4. And I'm gonna go back to 1 and see where we're at on 1. Take the triplets off, slow. Oh, you know what we can do? We'll go out of 5, we'll go up at a slow 8th, slow, and then I'm gonna send this to, oh, not the regen, that'll be crazy. Maybe this speed, let's do this size. All right, let's reset it. How about the density? Dude, this reverb is kind of insane. We'll add some more notes in there. Actually, let's go back to this metal one. That's dope. So what is this one? This is 4, right? And 4's got the chain going on. Oh, did I not apply the... Oh, I did apply the chain. What's 1 doing? Let's go down instead, and not slow. Actually, let's apply a chain there. So not fast, we'll do down, down, half, up, 8th random, quarter random, 32nd square, 16th square, 8th low, and a quarter down. And I want to chain that to 1. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mute everything next up. So what's crazy too, I was thinking about this, I haven't actually tried it. Actually, let's see if it'll work. Let's try it right now, live action. So what I wanted to try is, because this kind of reminds me of the Pamela's workout in terms of the LFO section of it and its immediacy, because the PAMS is a little divey. Once you get used to it, it's not the worst. But I was like, oh man, if only this thing had gates. But it has high and low values, so I want to see if I can actually use those to trigger drums. So let's use that to trigger the BIA. So that's going to be on 6. Okay, so that clearly works, but let me try this. I'm going to say chain. I want to do, I guess I'll do 16 high, 1, 2, 3, high, low, low, high, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, chain 6. Yo, it works. Wow, okay, that's kind of cool. Then bring everything else in. Number 3 is the one right now. That's doing all that. So 3 is going down. Let's do a little build up, take the kick out, and then make it go up. So I'm gonna say quarter. Oh, that's too fast. So I'm gonna do slow quarter. There it is. Yeah. And then let's go to 16th. Oh, what did I do? Bipolar not work? 16th? Oh, 16th is too fast. So 16th is just basically... Can I do random? What would random do? And then add a 32nd? Alright, let's get back to something a little more normal. But yeah, the fact that you can actually just kind of go in and start chaining in patterns, SH101 style, like trigger, trigger, rest, rest, trigger, rest, trigger, trigger, rest, rest. And I wonder if that would be better to do it with the down, so you can actually get double plucks quickly rather than just saying high and it's staying high. I didn't notice it doing that, but maybe it does. But yeah, that's the Maestro. I mean, Acid Rain, again, thank you so much for sending this over. Super dope, especially in a small case, and if you got a flexible voice with a lot of CV, it's a really, really fun, really good, live, playable, jammable module. This is so slow. This is like the wackest techno ever. Before I speed it up, appreciate you for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for kicking it as always. Yeah, until the next one, I hope to see you then. And you already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace.